WBBM?
Yes, I think we were. Give us a second. We'll let them know.
Give him a second.
Huh?
I'll give you a second.
Yeah, right.
They gotta have somebody in front. Be good to have somebody in front, hanging out.
Karina, ¿me ayudas con esto? Ya. A ver, si hay gente de la comunidad, si gustarían venir para atrás y los que van a hablar, por favor, para adelante. Speakers.
This is the one that's I don't know about these. I have to check them, but that one is for sure.
Everybody we hear from, and they stand pretty close on these.
¿No tenemos nuestro podium? After me. You're right here. Si hay gente de la comunidad que le gustaría venir atrás, por favor, CTU.
Que se pase para enfrente, por favor, los que están allá hasta atrás.
Whoever's speaking has to the next one. The agenda's going to be right here.
Okay, that's right.
We're missing someone else, no?
We have signs, the ICER signs with the phone.
Yes. ¿Dónde están las bancartas de ICIR? ¿Las pueden traer, por favor?
They're in the kitchen.
They're in the kitchen.
Is somebody coming, please?
I'm sorry, in the
Somebody
kitchen.
grabs,
Ok, ustedes vayan entrando, por favor.
silence your phones, if you haven't done so already.
Pónganse a un lado para que los que van a hablar estén enfrente. All the speakers here.
Yeah, if you are a speaker, please stay towards the front. Vamos a meternos lo más que podamos aquí. Pueden usar las pancartas to hold up, squeeze in. Yeah, aquí hay,
We're a little lopsided.
aquí hay espacio, yeah, métanse aquí, come in here.
Close the door.
Is everybody in? Brendan, are you coming around? Okay, you're gonna live stream? Oh, CTU is, okay. Can we, yeah.
Yeah, can you guys squeeze in more? You guys can be in the,
Yeah, tienen que meterse más.
please.
Can we get CTU? A big CTU? Can big CTU come on this side so we can see you guys? There are 3 CTUs in the southeast side of Chicago, just so you guys know.
Short, can you come up toward the
3?
front?
Or on the south side of Chicago.
Short people, yeah. Short people. The person, one of the people in the back, can you hold up the sign like Mario? Yeah, because then we could get the central sign there.
Make sure you don't block anybody behind you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We got it, sure that it's still. Test it to make sure that it's still.
1, 2, 3. ¿Nos escuchan atrás? ¿No? Vamos a subir el volumen.
Okay.
¿Ahora sí nos escuchan?
Yes.
All right, all speakers, when you speak, come to the front, close to the mic.
Yeah, for everybody who's speaking, make sure when you get here, you state your name clearly, your organization, spell your name out, first name and last name. All right. I think we're good. Everybody silence their phones, right? We're ready. Ahorita me meto aquí.
Okay.
Puerta, hold on. Yeah. Keep it shut, whoever goes around.
Is somebody on the other side of the door to direct people?
Bueno, pues gracias a todos por venir. Thank you everyone for coming. You are in Centro de Trabajadores Unidos United Worker Center space, along with several community partners from the southeast side of Chicago and our coalition partners who are statewide. I'm Ana Guajardo, ANA, GUA, JARDO, Executive Director for Centro de Trabajadores Unidos. Yesterday, we saw, I'm sorry. Okay, if we could turn our phones off, please. Okay. As many of you know, the southeast side of Chicago has been a community where several migrants for various years have resided. We have the oldest Mexican-American church in our community, Our Lady of Guadalupe Church. And we have had several community partners and organizations and advocates who have been residing in our community for many years and have been advocating for the rights of various community constituents. The Southeast Chicago community, as you saw yesterday, was affected by ICE interactions coming into our community. ICE agents began to terrorize local businesses, workers, community residents, schools throughout the entire southeast side of Chicago. ICE purposely focused on communities of color that are predominantly Latino, Latinx, and African American. ICE has been using public spaces such as parks, school parking lots, business corridors to intimidate and create fear among our community residents and business owners. Yesterday, ICE took various actions against community residents and caused many conflicts amongst various people in the community. ICE has continued to come to our community to terrorize, intimidate, and create fear amongst our members. We are here together, united, to let everyone know that we do not welcome ICE in the southeast side of Chicago, the south suburbs of Chicago, the entire city of Chicago, as we will continue to organize and advocate for those who are affected. As we see that not only undocumented people are being targeted, but also people of color are being racially profiled by these unjust actions. Mi nombre es Ana Guajardo, directora del Centro de Trabajadores Unidos. Aquí en el sureste de Chicago tenemos nuestra iglesia de Nuestra Señora Guadalupe, que ha sido creada hace varios años por la multitud necesidad de poder proveer servicios a la comunidad inmigrante, en particular a la comunidad mexicana. Esta comunidad ayer fue atacada por las varias actividades de inmigración. Vinieron a aterrorizar no nomás a la comunidad inmigrante, a negociantes de nuestra comercial, empezaron a aterrorizar a las escuelas, empezaron a aterrorizar a personas caminando que simple estaban caminando al lugar de su destino. No estamos contentos con las acciones que está tomando esta administración, las acciones injustas que están haciendo para crear miedo en la vida de los niños que están en nuestras escuelas y en nuestras comunidades. Nosotros estamos aquí como aliados para dejar de saber a inmigración, al presidente Trump y a todas las agencias de gobierno que no están invitados en nuestras comunidades. Y les estamos dejando saber a la comunidad, así como ellos están cambiando sus tácticas, nosotros también vamos a cambiar nuestras tácticas, nos vamos a reorganizar y aseguraremos que podamos pasar la palabra para dejar de saber que estamos aquí unidos y vamos a seguir luchando en contra de estas injusticias. Ahora me gustaría pasar a Oscar Franco, el abogado de la Organización de Centro de Trabajadores Unidos, que va a decir unas palabras.
My name is Oscar Franco. I am the immigration attorney here at Centro de Trabajadores Unidos. The incidents that took place yesterday are appalling and disgusting. ICE is rampaging our communities and turning them into war zones. But I want to remind all of you that you all have rights in the United States regardless of your legal status. First and foremost, you have the right to record ICE. You have the right to share that information with your loved ones and members of your community. And please contact ICER if you do see ICE, and do so at a safe distance. Do not antagonize or use force against ICE. ICE will use any excuse to continue to terrorize our community, and it is important that we do so at a safe distance. Secondly, you have the right to ask ICE to identify themselves. And as a reminder, all of you have the right to remain silent. The right to say, I want to use my right to remain silent. Secondly, You have the right to not sign any paperwork unless a lawyer reviews that documentation. You all have the right to speak to your attorney. And if you don't have an attorney, your loved ones can find one for you. And for all of you who are U.S. citizens or legal permanent residents, make sure that you make copies of your documentation proving your legal status. Take pictures of your passports, of your naturalization certificates, of your birth certificates. Keep those copies on you if you can. And if you can, try and get a real ID or a passport card and make sure that you have that documentation on you at all times. There is no guarantee that ICE won't detain you, even if you are a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident. But having these documentations on you can speed up the process of you getting free from detention or can prevent you from being detained altogether. And most importantly, families, please create a plan B for your children. It is important to inform your children that they also have rights and to provide your children with the information of a trusted adult. Thank you. My name is Oscar Franco, Oscar-Franco. Mi nombre es Oscar Franco, yo soy el abogado de inmigración aquí con Centro de Trabajadores Unidos. Le quería avisar a todos de ustedes que tienen derechos y no importa tu estatus legal. Primeramente, ustedes tienen el derecho de grabar a ICE y tienen el derecho de pasar esa información a toda la gente de tu comunidad. Ustedes también tienen el derecho de llamar a ICE si es que ustedes ven a ICE en tu comunidad. Ustedes, si van a grabar a ICE, hazlo a una distancia segura y no usan fuerza y también no provocan a ICE porque ICE va a usar cualquier excusa para usar fuerza en contra de nuestras comunidades. También todos de ustedes tienen el derecho de mantenerse en silencio. Dile, yo voy a mantener silencio. Y también todos de ustedes tienen el derecho de preguntar que un abogado revise tus documentos antes que usted los firmes. Y también ustedes tienen el derecho de pedir a su abogado. Si es que ustedes no tienen un abogado, pueden pedir que tus familiares piden un abogado para ustedes. Y no importa si eres un ciudadano o si eres residente permanente, por favor, tomen fotos de todos tus documentos, tu pasaporte, tu certificado de nacimiento, tu certificado de naturalización, su green card. Toman fotos de estos y también hagan copias y tengan esas copias en tu bolsillo, en tus billeteras. Y si es que pueden, por favor consigan un Real ID o consigan un passport card. Estas cosas pueden prevenir que ICE te detienen o si es ICE sí te detienen, puede hacer que ellos adelanten tu liberación. Y la cosa más importante de aquí es que por favor haga un plan B para sus familias y por favor dile a sus hijos que tienen sus derechos y también que ellos tienen el derecho de hablar con un adulto confiado.
I'm going to pass it now to Olga Bautista, who's here representing the Chicago Board of Education as the Vice President.
Primero en español. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Olga Bautista, la vicepresidente de la Junta de Educación de Chicago y orgullosa hija de inmigrantes y del sureste de Chicago. Estoy aquí llena de rabia y sin miedo para nombrar lo que pasó ayer en nuestro vecindario. Ayer ICE entró al sureste de Chicago, una de las comunidades inmigrantes y de clase trabajadora más antiguas de la ciudad, y desató violencia contra nuestras familias. Gas lacrimógeno, balas de goma, mentiras para justificar brutalidad. Quieren que creamos que la comunidad los provocó, pero los videos dicen la verdad. ICE instigó, ICE escaló y ICE atacó. Deberemos ser claros. Jóvenes, hombres afroamericanos y latinos, mujeres fueron detenidos por ICE en un acto descarado de perfil racial. Igual que hemos visto en todo el país, los agentes criminalizaron a nuestra gente simplemente por existir en sus propios vecindarios. Esto no se trata de seguridad, se trata de control, miedo y silenciar a nuestras comunidades que siempre han resistido la injusticia. El sureste tiene una historia orgullosa de organización laboral. Nuestros padres y madres lucharon en las fundaciones de acero, en las fábricas, en los sindicatos. Nos enseñaron que cuando los patrones o el gobierno intentan a dividirnos por raza o idioma, encontramos poder en la solidaridad. Hoy ICE usa esas mismas tácticas viejas, tratando de poner vecino contra vecino, pero no nos vamos a dividir. A los líderes de ICE, a Noam, a Bovino, a Homan, a Donald Trump y a su administración, les digo claramente, váyanse de nuestra ciudad. No son bienvenidos aquí. Chicago es una ciudad sindical, una ciudad santuario y un lugar donde la gente trabajadora negra, latina y inmigrante siempre ha luchado y siempre ha ganado. Lo que pasó en el sureste de Chicago no es un incidente aislado, es parte de una larga historia de perfil racial, violencia del Estado y ataques contra comunidades organizadoras. Desde la esclavitud hasta Jim Crow, desde los campos de internamiento hasta deportaciones, el manual es el mismo, pero también lo es la respuesta, resistencia, organización y solidaridad. Estaremos hombro a hombro con nuestros aliados laborales, nuestras escuelas, nuestros líderes de fe y nuestros vecinos. Vamos a proteger a nuestra juventud, vamos a exigir responsabilidad y justicia y nunca nos rendimos.
That's right, yeah.
My name is Olga Bautista. I'm the Vice President of the Chicago Board of Education and a proud daughter of the Southeast Side. I stand before you furious and unafraid to name what happened in our neighborhood yesterday. ICE stormed into the Southeast Side, one of the oldest immigrant and working class communities in Chicago, and unleashed violence on our families. Tear gas, rubber bullets, and lies to justify their brutality. They want us to believe community members provoked them, but the videos tell the truth. ICE instigated, ICE escalated, and ICE attacked. Let us be very clear here. Young black men, Latina folks were taken by ICE in a blatant act of racial profiling. Just like we've seen across the country, agents targeted Latina and black bodies, criminalizing our people simply for existing in their own neighborhoods. This is not about safety. This is about control, fear, and silencing communities that have always resisted injustice. Chicago black and brown students need safety, adequate funding, and resources, not a militarized occupation.
Yeah.
The Southeast Side has a proud history of labor organizing. Our fathers and mothers fought in the mills, in the factories, in the unions. They taught us that when the bosses or governments tried to divide us by race or language, and that we would unite, and the power was in solidarity with each other. Today, ICE is using those same old tactics, trying to pit neighbor against neighbor, but we will not be divided. To ICE leaders, Noam, Bovino, Homan, and Donald Trump and his administration, hear me clearly. Leave our city. You are not welcome here. Chicago is a union town. It's a sanctuary city and a place where working class people, black, brown, and immigrant, have always fought back and have always won. What happened on the Southeast Side is not an isolated incident. It's part of a long history of racial profiling, state violence, and attacks on organized communities. From slavery to Jim Crow, from internment camps to deportation, the playbook's the same. But so is our resistance, our organizing, and our solidarity. We will stand shoulder to shoulder with our labor allies, our schools, our faith leaders, and our neighbors. We will protect our young people, and we will demand accountability and justice, and we will never back down.
That's right.
Thank you, Olga. Now we're gonna have Oscar Sanchez, Co-Executive Director for the Southeast Environmental Task Force.
My name is Oscar Sanchez, Co-Executive Director of the Southeast Environmental Task Force. I'm here to share that our struggle for immigrant justice is inseparable from our fight for environmental justice. For decades, our community has been treated as a dumping ground. Our air, water, and bodies carrying the neglect. Now, the same disregard for our lives is playing out again through violent immigration enforcement. Both are rooted in the same belief. Black, brown, and immigrant communities are disposable. That is not true. The people standing up today are the same families who lived for generations near factories and landfills where asthma rates are among the highest in the state. If this was about safety, funding would go to solving our health issues instead of the violence we were met with yesterday. Instead, we have ICE using tear gas in our neighborhoods. It is an act of violence. Let's say that, boo! Tear gas triggers asthma attacks, causing vomiting, and leaves toxins that harm elders and our children. Say boo again. Boo! I close my eyes and can still hear the cries of people tear gassed by people carrying rifles. Elders on the floor begging for help. We refuse to be disposable. Our fight is one for safety, dignity, and the right to breathe. We ask you to join this fight. Our community has fought for generations and will continue to stand here for generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar. Now we're gonna have Moises Moreno, a community partner with the Alliance of the Southeast.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, my name is Moises Moreno, the organizing director for the Alliance of the Southeast and a member of the Southeast Rapid Response Team. Our organization is based in the community of South Chicago, and we work to build the capacity of leaders, organizers, and associations that carry out community and social change. This past month, we have witnessed and seen ICE agents violate the constitutional rights of residents and neighbors. They continue to target our Latin and immigrant neighbors, causing fear and panic amongst children, teens, and residents of this amazing community. The Trump administration continues to lie and claims only to be targeting criminals. But we have seen hardworking people, landscapers, construction workers, and street vendors specifically targeted. Our community is a united community bound by a long-standing tradition of resistance and cultural vibrancy. We are in our legal right to document what is happening in our community, to alert our neighbors and to protect our neighbors. This is the time to check in with our community and families most impacted to help deliver groceries, offer rides to kids to get to school, and to speak up. My message is very short. I want to share this important call number right here for folks in the community to call when they see ICE in the community. Like the attorney just said, this is the way we recommend folks to call 855-435-7693. That's it. That's all we got to do. Should I do it en español? Ok, brevemente en español, gracias. Perdón. Mi nombre es Moisés Moreno, soy director de organizadores en la Alianza del Sureste, una organización de parte del Rapid Response, ¿verdad? Del grupo que está apoyando los residentes en estas redadas. Nuestra organización trabaja luchando para el cambio social. Lo que hemos visto durante este mes es claramente una violación de los derechos constitucionales de todos los residentes aquí en nuestras comunidades. Siguen persiguiendo a nuestros a inmigrantes, causando miedo y pánico, especialmente con los niños, los adolescentes y los residentes de nuestra comunidad. La administración de Trump sigue con sus mentiras, diciendo que están buscando a los criminales, pero lo que estamos viendo es que están buscando a los trabajadores, a los tamaleros, a los trabajadores de construcción. Eso no es justo. Nuestra comunidad es unido y tenemos una tradición de siempre luchar. Estamos aquí, este es el tiempo, ¿verdad?, para trabajar con nuestros vecinos y para las familias que son más impactados. Voy a dar el número para que todos sepan en caso que se den ICE, porque es muy importante para reportar todo. Y voy a terminar. 855-435-7693. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Moises. Now we're going to pass it to Ray Wences, Senior Director of the Deportation Defense from the Illinois Coalition for Refugee Rights.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ray Wences, pronouns they, them. Every week since September 8th, which was the first day that Midway Blitz operation was announced, we have had one of these. And I recognize many of your faces as media. Every week since September 8th, our communities have been terrorized by the federal administration. And every week since September 8th, we have heard of lawless arrests, murder, children crying, black men getting choked, women getting dragged out of their cars and slammed into the floor, babies getting tear gas, black and brown babies zip-tied, our families afraid of the helicopters as this federal administration tries to normalize demilitarization of Chicago and the state of Illinois. None of this is normal. None of this is right. That ain't right. This isn't right. Every week since September 8th, and even before that, but since the Operation Midway Blitz was announced and Operation at Large, communities in Cicero, Little Village, the Southwest, South Shore, Rogers Park, all of them have witnessed and experienced violence at the hands of federal agents that are racially profiling our community members. This is impacting everyone in the city, and that means that we need to do more. Thank you to everyone that has been coming out, taking part of the Rapid Response Network. Thank you to everyone that has been calling the hotline. Thank you to the elected officials that have been stepping up, and we need more of that.
That's right.
Executive orders are great. We also need to codify the protections for immigrant communities and beyond. The impact also on the state is very real. Right now we're focused on Chicago, but the same things that are happening in Chicago are happening in other places around the state. So a reminder, we have rights. Let's continue to document. Let's continue to call the hotline. Let's continue to get plugged into rapid response efforts. Let's continue to support the community organizations that have been on the ground and that have been doing the work for many years. They know what this is about. And lastly, I just want to share that the federal administration continues to break the law. They actually violated the temporary restriction order, the TRO. And they did not give any warning to the people that were on the street here and in other places. So this is why it's important to document. This is why we'll continue to work with legal attorneys and the organizations and the Rapid Response Network to continue to compile all the egregious violations that the federal administration is making our families and our communities experience. Let's not normalize the militarization of Chicago. Let's not normalize the militarization of our state. We are a sanctuary city, we're a sanctuary state, and we don't need ICE in our communities. ICE out of Chicago, out of Illinois. Buenos días. Cada semana desde septiembre 8, desde que se anunció la operación de Midway Blitz y la operación At Large, lo que hemos presenciado en nuestras comunidades son arrestos ilegales, el asesinato de una persona, niños llorando, hombres negros siendo ahorcados, mujeres siendo sacadas de sus carros y aventadas en la calle, bebés que estuvieron presenciando y que estuvieron cuando lanzaron los gases lacrimógenos, los bebés blancos, los bebés negros y latiné que también han sido arrestados o les han puesto los zip ties. Todas nuestras familias siendo aterrorizadas por los helicópteros que están en nuestras comunidades, mientras que este gobierno federal intenta normalizar la militarización de Chicago y del estado de Illinois. Y nada de esto es normal, nada de esto está bien. La administración federal continúa aterrorizando nuestras comunidades. Desde septiembre 8, las comunidades de Cicero, La Villita, el suroeste, South Shore, Rogers Park, todas estas comunidades y más han sido impactadas y han tenido que experimentar el terrorismo de los agentes federales. Necesitamos más órdenes ejecutivas y más oficiales electos que hagan más cosas para la comunidad inmigrante. El impacto no nada más es en Chicago, el impacto también es en Illinois. Lo que está sucediendo aquí también está pasando en muchos suburbios alrededor de nuestro estado y no tenemos que normalizar la militarización de nuestro estado porque somos un estado santuario y una ciudad santuario. Continuemos documentando nuestras interacciones con estos agentes federales, continuemos llamando a la línea de apoyo, continuemos uniéndonos a las organizaciones que han hecho este trabajo por mucho tiempo y continuemos uniéndonos a la red de respuesta rápida para seguir apoyando a nuestra comunidad.
Yes, and before we close, I want to acknowledge everyone who has been involved in the rapid response groups. We have a 10th Ward Rapid Response Group, we have a Southwest Side Rapid Response Groups, and the South Suburbs. Thank you, all of you, for coming out when we needed you. We really appreciate it. Gracias a todos los que han participado en la red de respuesta rápida, que nos han ayudado en estos días, al igual en estos meses. Y también para dar el reconocimiento a las personas que están aquí, que nos están apoyando. Tenemos a alguien de la oficina, la señora Beatriz Ponce, que está aquí. The Deputy of Mayor, no sé cómo se dice en español. Deputy of Mayor de la ciudad de Chicago. También teníamos a la oficina del senador Peters que estaba aquí, también a la oficina del concejal Chico y la verdad no sé quién más ha llegado. So we just like to acknowledge those who also have come here to be with us. Beatriz Ponce, Deputy of the Migrant and Refugee Rights of the City of Chicago, as well as Senator Peters' office, Alderman Chico's office, and if I miss anyone else. And just to close, yesterday was a testament towards people of color, hatred, racism, fascism that keeps empowering in our communities. We want to let this administration and everyone know that we will not tolerate this. And as you continue to attack us, we will continue to reorganize ourselves, educate ourselves, be out there in the community. We are not afraid of you. And as you heard, ICE, out of the city of Chicago, out of the state of Illinois, we are going to continue to fight back. Ahora, nomás para cerrar, de mandar el mensaje que ustedes pueden terrorizar a nuestras comunidades, pueden asustar a nuestros negociantes, a los consumidores de estos negocios. Pero nosotros como comunidad nos vamos a organizar, luchar, pelear en contra. ICE, usted no está permitido a estar en nuestras comunidades, en nuestra ciudad de Chicago, en el estado de Illinois. Así como nos sigue atacando, nos vamos a reorganizar y seguir mostrando de que unidos como comunidad podemos luchar en contra de este racismo. Any Q&A from the press? And can you please give your name and who you're representing?
Sarah Mahi with CBS. Do you know anything about the circumstances that began that chase that ended in the east side? Do you know anything about the two people that were taken into custody from that maroon SUV?
We do not have, my name is Corina Pedraza, Corina Pedraza. I'm a member of the Southeast and the Southwest Rapid Response Teams. We do not have all the final details of how that chase started. What we can tell you is that approximately 10 to 12 ICE vehicles, a multitude of ICE agents appeared in Calumet Park, which is a cornerstone of our community. They appeared early in the morning yesterday. From 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, community residents across the area began documenting and alerting their neighbors. They began terrorizing people, stopping to interrogate and terrorize landscapers, construction workers, random people that were outside of the McDonald's, people that were dropping off their kids at the daycare centers, people that were waiting for the bus. All of this was documented. There was landscapers working outside of daycare centers in our community, rapid response team members, mothers, parents, teachers. We're in our community trying to alert as many people as possible. The end result is that the ICE agents, and the video has shown this over and over again, the multitude of videos that have poured in. ICE agents that were driving a white SUV rammed and crashed purposefully into a red car, and 2 people were impacted. One person was taken to the hospital and another person was taken from our community.
Your name and who you represent. Your name, sir, and
Mike Krauser, WBBM Radio. Do you have a sense how many arrests they made yesterday?
we don't have the confirmed numbers, do we?
No, we don't have the confirmed numbers because it started early in the morning, and as we were documenting and following up, because part of our work as rapid responders is to figure out if family members even know that they were taken or their bosses know that they were taken. And so in our attempts to track down who it was that was kidnapped, during that process, what ended up happening is that 45 to 50 ICE agents in full military gear, weapons, chemical weapons, armed weapons, staged this confrontation at 105th and Avenue M. So we're still following up today to figure out how many people exactly were taken yesterday.
And just to clear up, U.S. citizens were also taken, and minor U.S. citizens.
Clearly, their tactics show that they don't believe that people have rights. How do you counter that?
By organizing, by recording, by documenting, and continue to exercise your rights. Continue to make sure organizations like ICER are able to document these types of violations so that in the future we will be able to fight these types of things in court.
Oscar, we also heard.
One right here, sir, and your name and.
Maxwell Evans with Block Club Chicago. Kind of to follow up on that question, you had mentioned, Ms. Fajardo, that as ICE attacks, the community will fight back. And on the ground, yesterday I heard from many East Siders, especially the younger ones, about their desire to defend and protect their blocks from ICE. So 2 parts to this. Beyond the legal and other resources shared here, can you share a bit more about what community defense looks like in this moment? And then also with youth in particular, how are you engaging with them to ensure their safety as they navigate these emotions?
Yeah. In terms of how we're engaging and recording, so a lot of what you saw yesterday was community people, residents who are part of the rapid response group, who were responding to the interactions that we were having with ICE. We're video recording, posting it on social media, sending it through text messages through other of our colleagues or partners in the area, notifying them of what's happening. I think in terms of the youth, Olga, would you like to say something about the youth?
Yeah, we know that there was recent graduates from high school, from our local high school that were present and were very, willing to support and protect vulnerable people in the community. And we do want to make sure that all of the children are safe. We did not see unaccompanied minors. The young people that were there seem to all have been legal age to have been there.
Hola, Pablo Alvarado con Univisión. Una pregunta, ¿creen que lo que está pasando ahora, la escalada de la violencia con ICE, se debe porque otras comunidades se están uniendo con la hispana para defender estas injusticias que están pasando en la comunidad de fuera, o lo que está habiendo en la comunidad que ICE está dando cuenta y por eso están actuando de forma tan violenta?
Miren, inmigración por varios años ha estado terrorizando las comunidades. No por lo que está sucediendo recientemente, no porque nos estamos organizando, es porque nos están atacando. Al contrario, es porque estamos viendo mucho racismo, mucho odio en contra de personas que están siendo afectadas y al mismo tiempo están tratando de mandar un mensaje de terror a las comunidades. Y lo que estamos viendo nosotros es que nos estamos organizando y qué bueno que nos están apoyando los miembros de otras comunidades porque ellos también han sido anteriormente atacados por esta administración y por varias otras administraciones. Lo importante que vimos en estos días es que comunidades en el sureste de Chicago, comunidades en el Southwest Side, en otras partes del estado de Illinois, hemos aprendido la importancia de unirnos y pelear colectivamente y lo vamos a seguir haciendo. Any other Q&As? I'm sorry, you were...
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up. Are there any organizing spaces that youth are able to participate in as this effort continues?
We are doing canvassing, so we're starting today. So we want to go to our neighborhoods, talk to everyone, educate them on what the rights are and what the right procedure is, and that's how we're gonna fight it. We have actually, after this press conference, we're heading out to a neighborhood and doing canvassing, knocking on doors, going to businesses and talking to people about the right way to document things and how to protect themselves. That's what we're doing. And we are gonna try to make sure that the youth are there present with their families to also hear how to protect themselves and not to engage with ICE.
Probably one last question and then we can do individual.
We had heard that 2 people were arrested and taken to Trinity Hospital for treatment. Those people allegedly were not given access to attorneys. Can anybody speak to that situation?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to speak to that as things are being investigated with attorneys. All I can say is that ICE caused an accident. It affected not just those individuals, but other people in the community. They almost ran over a resident that was walking as they ran their vehicles through sidewalks. And so, unfortunately, it resulted with some people being taken to the hospital. But that's some information that we're going to maintain at the moment, confidential. I also want to acknowledge that we have Chicago Teachers Union Local 1, who has been also very supportive and participated in the rapid response work. So we're done, and if you guys would like to have, unless there's a burning question, we can have individual Q&As. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias por coming.